You're listening to
Sounds of Mudville Radio.
Magic spell elixir, feel the potion, smell the mixture. Beautiful views, watch, rooftop, Bella Vista. Rap steez, stack cheese, mozzarella gripper. Catch me on the Delta chillin', taking hella pictures.
Tell him, Mister, I'm ballin' like Kyrie Irving. Waviest, I'm flowing with words and I might be surfing. Young astronaut, they call him unlikely earthling. I ain't yet married the game, but I might be flirting.
You see me grimy swerving, cause this is how you're learning. I kick it like Anderson Silva, flow with shiny sterling. K Brown, this is us. Spray sound, it's a must. Sunshine, punchlines, 8-round fisticuff.
Listen up, a lot of y'all acting too much. Softer than a tea party, Massachusetts. Class is in session, don't miss the school bus. Tryna floss, but y'all ain't even got a toothbrush.
Recording rhymes on different rap devices. Me and Mike's go together like peanut butter apple slices. If you're allergic, take a Benadryl. My pen is ill. Tremendous skill. Remove your plaques like a dentist drill.
Pass it like Senate bills. I'm open to record deals, but only if I get copyrights in like 7 mil. Now I'm up to bat and I'll crack it down center field.
Is that one going out of the park?
I bet it will.
Home run. Grand slam, Denny's breakfast with the pancakes. I switched from Brooklyn to this California landscape. I wrote a children's book, don't judge what this man makes. Like Aaron, the parents and kids on my fan base.
Handshakes is the only time I got my hand out.
Damn, wait, life is rough, I gotta change my plans now.
Influence the game with indelible trends.
Yo, MC Sully Jane, can you spell it again?
Be on all the streaming platforms. But yeah, we we got your couple songs.
Sweet,
right?
209 and Grilled Asparagus.
Yeah.
They both have to do kind of, and there's a loose connection. I mean, one is obviously Stockton. The Grilled Asparagus one is just the food reference because of, people love it here.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Like when I saw the name of the song, I totally expected it to be way more
about food.
Well, yeah, like about like maybe centered around like either the food, because I know that you do a lot of stuff with Rhinosaurs, and a lot of the stuff with that, you tend to have those kinds of themes going on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a really cool little thing. I wanted to ask, where did you get your start?
I actually started in high school. So I was kind of technically in New York. It's a late bloomer if you start in your late teens. But it was pretty much like on the cafeteria. High school cafeteria, I was probably 16 when I started trying to rhyme. Because it was like on the cafeteria, you can kind of punch the table.
Sure.
And they would do percussion and make beats by smacking the table.
Sure.
And that's how we rhymed. Because there was no Bluetooth, there was no boom boxes, none of that.
So was it like a lot of your friends and people you were hanging out with were into it, and that's kind of what drew you to it in the first place and wanted you to get into it, or?
Yeah, pretty much. When you see a circle of MCs in the hip hop world, it's called a cipher.
Okay.
So I just saw the cipher happening. You can hear the beats, you can see the circle of people rhyming, taking turns, and I was just a visitor. I was just like a patron watching it. And I'm like, this is cool.
Heck yeah.
I want to do that. But I also didn't take myself very seriously. I was a goofball in high school, so my approach was I'm going to be silly and funny and say jokey rhymes.
Okay.
And that was how I started, and I kind of always had that in my rapping.
Yeah, you could hear that.
Add some humor or an obscure reference or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, though. It keeps things light.
Yeah.
So you were saying that was in New York. So were you born out there?
Brooklyn, yeah.
Born in Brooklyn.
Born in Brooklyn.
What brought you to Stockton?
My sister-in-law grew up here, so we just wanted a house and a backyard, and it was actually, this is 2017 when it was even more affordable back then.
Okay.
To get a house out here, and it was just a good move, a really good move. I'm happy we came because now we have space and a backyard and all that stuff that I never had as a kid. So now I was able to give that to my kids, and that makes me very happy.
Are there big differences that you see between the Stockton scene and the New York scene?
Of art and music?
Yeah.
I would say New York is just more overwhelming.
Okay.
Because it's so many people.
Sure.
I feel like there's more competitiveness. Just, there's so many, it's millions of people. And of those millions of people, thousands of them probably rap. I felt stuck there.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was happy to leave.
So it was really competitive?
Yeah, I think anywhere is competitive. But I also think, like, I feel like if you don't change your surroundings, and that's what I did. Yeah, I don't know. I actually went to Norway to leave New York. Before I came to Stockton.
Wow, like lived there?
Oslo, yeah.
Oh wow,
as a tourist visa, so you can go for three months at a time.
Sure.
I broke the rules a few times and stayed for like a year.
Oh my.
Almost, or like 8 months. And I thought I'd get in trouble when I came back, but nothing happened.
Okay.
Because you kind of just have to leave to show your passports back in the States, and then you can come back.
I got you.
You can't like go to Sweden for a week and come back. You have to cross back to the States and come back as a tourist visa.
Okay.
So I just did that to get my head out of the clouds, and I was very focused on like...
That's an interesting place to go.
Yeah, I met dancers. I met b-boys and dancers from Norway in New York, so they invited us out for a showcase, and it was super fun. I just had to change my surroundings.
Yeah.
I felt too trapped in New York.
That makes sense.
Norway was like this brand new place to be a nomad musician and just like record and just meet new people and just be around like different stuff.
Do you think that allowed you to gain better perspective than a lot of the other people in this area that do what you do?
Yes, because when I went to Norway, I was still trying to be just a rapper and be like a famous signed rapper with a record deal. That was my whole mindset.
Okay.
And Norway changed my whole life because I saw the other parts of hip hop that I kind of neglected. The graffiti side of it, I was dabbling in doing my own graffiti, but I didn't care much about more than that. And the dance community, I didn't care at all. And it was naive of me to just shun this part of hip-hop that started in New York that I just ignored until I went to Europe and I realized how beautiful the battling was, and having dancers with me on stage was awesome. In my music videos was crazy. All of that part was, I kind of ignored it and pushed it to the side. Norway opened my world to it, and then I became a battle MC. So I was the guy who was on the mic introducing the dancers, cueing the DJ, getting the crowd hype, and that turned me into an event host.
Okay.
And not just a rapper. I was like, I'm a rapper. And now I'm like, ooh, I'm an MC. I can host dance battles, and I can do events and functions and fundraisers. So the dancers opened my world to that.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
I love it there. It's the weirdest.
We did an interview with Jay Scribe, and he said that you guys are going out there. Yeah. When's that supposed to happen? October. Heck yeah.
It's cool. It's an annual event now. So the small battles I was hosting got bigger and got government art funding because they have a lot of. You write like proposals to the government, and then they have this art budget for the whole country, and then you get boom. Here's your thousands of dollars. throw your event, your dance event. And then with that money, they fly the MC from New York and the DJ from the UK and judges from Japan and Paris. It's awesome.
Nice. Yeah. Heck yeah. No, that sounds like a brilliant experience.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness. So,
No, what's going on?
I wanted to know more about your relationship with Toolberg.
Oh, I love them. Paula.
You do a lot with them,
Shouts
right?
to Mia, yeah. It's actually all because of Paula's son, Lucian.
Okay.
He would bring his little son, who's older now, Austin. He would bring his kid to a lot of my early Rhinosaurus story times and like library visits and things. And he would just show up and be there, and I'd be like, hey man, what's up? Oh, my mom does this cool stuff with literacy, and I'm like, sweet. So I researched it and looked her up because of him. And then at the same time, he was telling her, hey, there's this guy teaching kids how to read and write with rapping. And it kind of like got her very interested.
Yeah.
So then we just started to collaborate a lot. Yeah.
Nice. Heck yeah, heck yeah. Do you have anything coming up with her?
We just finished summer camp.
Okay.
So we did a 4-week hip-hop summer camp. Reading, writing, rhymes, making beats, scratching, doing little zines with Eliza, like, because 90s graffiti zines were a big thing in my childhood.
Okay.
So to see that Eliza was doing a cool thing with zines in Tullaberg, I asked her to be a guest teacher, and the kids compiled all their hip-hop art and rhymes into little zines. That was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. She got me a really cool after-school program right before the pandemic, too. So we did that at the Sierra Vista low-income housing.
Okay.
So that was awesome. She gets grant money and sends me to schools. I do all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's a cool place.
Yeah,
Comfortable place.
So, you what kind of stuff do you do at the schools? What schools do you go to?
It depends on the age range. So, like, if it's kindergarten, preschool style, it's a lot of story time where I read my books to the kids.
Okay.
But then we do nursery rhymes with hip-hop beats.
Nice.
So we're doing, like, Humpty Dumpty and ABCs and all that kind of stuff, you know? Twinkle Twinkle, all the classics.
Sure.
But over cool beats.
Sure.
Then it shows the kids rhythm. Like, it shows them you can rhyme any song, anything on a beat. And once they get comfortable, I then practice shapes and numbers and colors with them. And then they rhyme with me.
Nice.
So they're like filling in the rhymes. I'll be like, yeah, you know it's true. That's how we do. The sky and the ocean, they're both. And they're just like, blue! Like 5-year-old kids, they know what to say.
And I'm sure eventually they start catching on better to math as well because you have things in timing and then you have to count the times.
Yeah, hip-hop is always 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,
Right?
2, 3. Not always, but traditional hip-hop is that count.
Yeah.
So it's cool, man. Then older, like middle school, high school, they don't want story time, so we teach rhyme writing.
Okay.
We give them the choice, like, hey, how do you want to write a rhyme about Minecraft, write a rhyme about unicorns,
Right.
whatever you're into, you can write a rhyme about it. And then we teach kids that.
Nice.
So that's kind of the gist of it.
And are those schools here in Stockton, or do you
All
branch
over.
out,
Yeah.
all over California?
Central Valley, Bay Area, I've been into a little bit in LA.
Cool.
Did 2 things in New York pre-COVID, but I haven't been back since.
Okay.
So it's spreading. You know what's crazy too? I had a preschool contract with Lincoln Unified. And every Friday I had also a contract at the Juvenile Center. 2 different companies, 2 different things, but both Rhinosaurs.
Okay.
And I'm like doing the preschool rhyming, and then drove and took a lunch break to go to Juvenile Center. And now it's incarcerated youth. Neck tats.
Yeah.
Leave your phone in the car. You can't wear blue jeans. Like very strict rules because I'm going into like a tiny jail.
Yeah.
And to go from 4-year-olds and nursery rhymes to that in one day for a whole month was very like it was very eye-opening.
Yeah, my
The
goodness.
dynamic, because I'm thinking some of these 17-year-old boys have little siblings that are the age of my preschool kids.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping maybe I'm helping some of these preschool kids find music and art and hip-hop and not fall down the path of where that kid went.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a connection. And it's cool that it ranges. I can range from little to big.
For sure.
I even do grown-up workshops with rap. But that's another company. It's called Event Rap.
All right.
It's my buddy he's Canadian in New York, and he does rapping for businesses.
Wow.
That don't, scientists and DNA labs and tech companies that have no hip-hop department or any inkling of rapping. Mm-hmm. So they hire my buddy's company, and we produce and write songs for whatever their mission statement is, or their philanthropy that they're doing. We write rhymes about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So you dabble in pretty much everything.
Yeah. You have to these days because I'm 41. Like the me being like a rapper on MTV and getting recognition at the Grammys isn't gonna be my thing. My path. But I found these other fun ways to continue my art.
Yeah.
And still rap.
Definitely.
And have a good time doing it and get paid.
So what do you think is your favorite?
That's tough. I mean, if you want to say the kids stuff because you're like, I'm molding young minds and I'm like helping them.
Well, they're fun, right?
They're great fun. But when I do the grown-up events and there's a bar and there's booze flowing and it's like a corporate event with adults, it does feel nice because it's more of a, hey, you still got it.
Yeah.
You know, like you can still go toe-to-toe with any other rapper out there.
For sure.
Or it's this corporate people appreciating your skill, and I'm like in a full suit rhyming at a fundraiser. So it's a fun culture shock because you're like, why is this guy who looks like a legal assistant rapping?
Do you feel like maybe you're taken more serious when you do those adult events versus the kids stuff?
More serious? Maybe. Depends, because sometimes it's a tough crowd. The corporate gig is a tough crowd because people are already like, I spent $200 on this plate of food to support this fundraiser.
Yeah.
Now rap for me, clown.
Oh gosh.
You know, so it's like, okay, here we go. I gotta impress these people. The kids are ready. They're like, you put a beat on and they're like, oh snap, what?
Sure.
We're beatboxing and rapping? They're into it right away.
Sure.
So it's fun. It's a fun dynamic.
So you get your kids involved a lot in what you do, yeah? Mm-hmm. How do they like that? They get all into it, or?
They do. They're my focus group.
Nice.
Yeah. Because I luckily am a stay-at-home dad, so my wife works full-time, and I'm kind of, anything I do with Rhymosaurs, I run it by them too.
Okay.
I kind of test it out with them. I rhyme it, you know. Hey, let's try Wheels on the Bus. I'll throw on a Dr. Dre beat, put some wheels on the bus, go round and round, rap it. And they think it's funny, and they fill in the gaps, and they rhyme with me. I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna use that at my next classroom.
There you go. Heck yeah.
And she's been doing gibberish rap since she was 2. Like flowing gibberish rhymes. He does his little Coco Melon rhymes. Like he'll take Coco Melon songs and then put them on and just rhyme them on beats.
Nice.
So yeah, it's super cool. They inspire me, but then they also make me it keeps me grounded. You know, to know that like, what's that little Whitney Houston lyric? I believe the children are the future. Something, help them lead the way, right? Something show the beauty.
It's been too long for me to remember any of that.
So Whitney Houston was like, you know, you gotta believe in the kids.
Oh yeah.
And it makes me tap into my inner kid. So I feel more in tune with my youth because of them.
You think it keeps your brain fresh, having to, you know, be quick with coming up with stuff for them?
Yeah. And with all the Cocomelon stuff too, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that angle. I don't want to do the cutesy kid stuff. I want to keep it hip hop. I want to keep it real with scratching and real beats, and the kids like it. And then the parents like it. So
was Rhymosaurs before or after the kids?
It was when my wife got pregnant.
Okay.
That's what hit me hard. I was 35 at the time when she was in my mommy's belly. I'm saying she because you probably heard them in the background a little bit. When my wife was pregnant, I was still doing freestyle contests and like entering battles and doing all these like showcases, and it was cool. But I felt like my time's running out. I gotta be a dad soon. I gotta be like home, changing diapers. I gotta be like doing all that, you know? Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, man. I just feel like a kid all the time with them. It just makes me feel like, I get to rewatch all these like Marvel cartoons that I didn't watch when I was a kid, and I get to like go like just redo fun stuff that I forgot was fun because I have to do it with them. Yeah. So then it keeps my brain going because then I have new ideas of what I can write about, what I can rhyme about, because they're constantly giving me fresh stuff.
Heck yeah, for sure. And I come from way more of a rock and roll background instead of the hip hop stuff. And one of the things that I found a lot of was, I guess with the hip hop genre as well, is people curse a lot.
Oh, my stuff in my 20s, I was saying some brutal stuff.
And I wish I could remember who it was that I'm thinking in my head said this, but they were talking about writing music and writing lyrics and how much more difficult it was to write a good song without curse words.
Yeah, it's a fun challenge. Joaquin's great at it. He's an OG from the late 80s.
Okay.
Barely curses, if at all.
Yeah.
And very complex and very deep rhyming for no cursing. So in my 20s, I was F-bombs, S-curse,
Sure.
calling women the B word, rhyming all kinds of... Because back then, this is the late 90s, early 2000s, this was normal.
Yeah.
You listen to the 90s hip-hop and the misogyny and the bigotry and the homophobia in the rhyming is nuts.
Yeah.
When I go back, I cringe a little when I'm like, yikes, oh my God.
Yeah.
What was the deal back then? But you grow, you change.
Yeah.
Not every rapper does that. I have other rappers that I know that are my age, 40, 41, still rapping. They're in their 40s, still rhyming, still saying crazy stuff. And then they have a video on Instagram with guns and drugs and wilding out. It's a little bit disheartening when I see them post violent stuff, and then the next post is them like, happy birthday to my 5-year-old daughter, you're my princess, you're my everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, the video right before this, you were smacking booties and talking about this and that and doing this with women. And then the next post is, hey, I'm here with my daughter. It's like, it doesn't match up to me.
Sure.
So I think there's room to grow. And if you don't want to grow and you want to stay in that lane and keep doing crazy gangster wild rhyming, that's cool. Yeah. That exists. Just like there's fun rock music, and there's death metal, and there's fun, good jazz music, and there's crazy, like, acid jazz where people trip out and play crazy. So, I feel like it's your choice to grow. And also, if you do grow, hopefully no one wants to do that pointing fingers thing and go, look what you said when you were in your 20s. You said crazy stuff.
Right.
You're in trouble now. It's like, I'm different now.
Right.
That's why I write kids' books. So you could dig in the past. You can find my YouTube stuff and be like, whoa, damn, what were you talking about? What were you rhyming about? Sure. But I do this now. I teach kids. I'm helping.
Yeah.
Hip-hop helped me get out of the streets.
For sure.
So now I can do that for these kids. And it's very nice, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you have coming up next?
Just a lot of the kid stuff is it's just constantly happening because the clientele keeps growing. So it's like, oh, okay, I taught all these kids at pre-K. Well, now they're in first grade. So then the school says, come back. It's all new kids.
So what do you have in terms of, like, public events, though?
Oh, public events? We have, let me think. I kind of took it easy because I knew I had this big trip coming up. And I have the Norway in October, and then I have this Puerto Rican block party in October. Okay. So I'm trying to not do too much and overwhelm myself. But I'm doing a lot of pop-up markets, and just I like to be out at the markets and meet new people. That's how I meet a lot of principals, guidance counselors, and teachers, is when I do the pop-up markets. Yeah. And they're like, this is cool, this is interesting. Oh, my kid likes how you're rapping, and the book is fun. Come visit my school. And then I get assemblies and stuff like that.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Where can we find you? Like, do you have music for downloads? Or?
I do. I still have my grown-up rapping, like, on Spotify and stuff, and all the streaming. So it's under Zeps. My stage name, ZEPS. And it's a lot of my previous albums from a couple years ago, a bunch of singles. I have some unreleased stuff that I haven't even put out yet that I would like to. So I want to, it's nice to let people know, like, I'm not just the kids' book author. I don't just freestyle. I write really, like, I really love writing and putting depth into my songs and going into the studio, recording projects. I'm doing an EP with KO, who's in the band called The Mix Up.
Okay.
So he's like a singer, producer, rapper. He's young, but he has like the old 90s mentality of style. So we hit it off real good, and he's got a little daughter, so we're doing a dad rap EP.
Nice.
Just all fun boom bap and dad rap and backpacks and occasional references of pouches and
there you go.
Breakfast pouches and diaper changing and dropping kids off at school, like that's sprinkled in there with the braggadocious.
I like it, dad rap. That's awesome.
So just trying to do positive stuff, man. Because there's a lot of negative in street hip hop and drugs and guns and violence. So if we can keep doing these summer camps and these programs, at least we're showing kids there's an option. You're not going to change everybody. Yeah. You're not going to convince everybody that this is the path for them. But if you can change a couple of those kids to go, I don't think I want to rhyme about Percocet and Oxycontin and lean and guns, and I don't want to do that. I want to rhyme. I want to be in a live band and rap, or I want to do house music and rap on that, or I want to experiment and do EDM rap. Like, there's so many other options than just violent gangster rap.
For sure, for sure.
And maybe that's your angle, and you want to do that, and maybe you're teaching kids that this code of the streets, so that you go, it's a warning.
Yeah.
That's how I looked at gangster rap when I was a kid. It was more of a warning.
I got
Like, hey, you don't want a part of this life.
Right.
It's crazy. Look at all this stuff I'm doing.
Yeah.
But it's dangerous, and all my friends are locked up, and the other ones are...
Yeah.
And they're donezo, and they're not here anymore. And rest in peace. So that's how I took gangster rap as a kid.
Sure.
I wasn't like, this sounds fun. I was like, yikes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, well, I guess, would you like to, I mean, you've said a lot of already really profound stuff when it comes to, like, hip-hop and where things are coming from and where it's going, but would you like to leave us with any words of wisdom?
I would always definitely say to not give up, which is such a cliche kind of thing to say about, like, keep trying, don't give up, even if you don't make it, kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's true, because one of my good friends in New York, he never gave up, and he just, like, exploded. Everything he was doing just blew up. I feel like if you give up on what you thought was your plan, then things aren't going to work out the way you wanted. It's okay. You know? I found 5 different paths to do hip-hop. I found all these different ways to keep rhyming and keep doing my art, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm not on the Grammys. I'm not on MTV. I'm not the famous guy. I'm not famous on the red carpet, News Channel red carpet events. None of that is in my cards, but it's okay, because I'm happy that I can, like, still do my art. So don't give up. Keep trying and find a way. Find the path. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is fun.
Yes, it's been awesome. Big shout out to the San Joaquin Pride Center on Yosemite Street here in Stockton for letting us blow up their space while taping this. Thanks, guys.
CYF with the Z to the PS. Yo, go on a rampage, bro. Cause I kill it, then I skill it where the pancakes go. Then I flip it and I rip it like a band-aid, yo. What's the point of doing business if you can't make dough? Man, y'all some looking for cred rappers. The book of life, finished it twice, you read chapters. Talk about guns, give me the toast, bread snatcher. Decapitate them quick, so I move ahead faster. Bringing visuals without the lens crafters. My flow is beyond all of you bed bathers. Bruv, while you were fed crackers, I was served grilled asparagus and red snapper. I look at other MCs like free lunch. If you reppin' the streets, watch for speed bumps. My music gets you high like weed chunks inside of 3 blunts the size of tree trunks. I attack bars as hard as I can. I'm not Irish, but I'm always starting a jam. Flow marmalade, spreading it is part of the plan. I need bread, but I won't use a marketing scam. My remarkable clan, we clinched that division B. Triple T with the wizardry. Merlin, Gandalf, Dumbledore with efficiency. John Wall ball, maybe Jordan when I hit a 3.
You're listening to
Sounds of Mudville Radio.